I'm ready for the smoke. I am ready for the smoke. Because today we need to discuss one of the most controversial topics in South African farming history. This one definitely comes after the land issue, because the land issue is obviously number one, and this one has to be the second most controversial topic in South African farming history. It is the farmer's uniform, the khaki gear, the khaki apparel. We need to have a sit down and engage in a discussion about this topic. So, okay, since I'm a giver, since I'm a servant, as a provider, I need to share my opinion too. I will definitely share my 2 cents as a provider. Hello fam, welcome back to Building a Farm. It's Nayelo, it's myself, and I am building our farm. However, today we are not practically building our farms. Today we are psychologically building our farms. We are shifting our mindsets. We are empowering our minds so as to build the farms that we want, so as to aspire and empower to aspire to being the farmers that we should be, you know. Happy New Year's. On this South African soil, what's going on is the issue at hand is Black South African farmers are being mocked, they are being humiliated, they are being bullied and insulted over there on the socials, which is social media and even social gatherings, just because why they are wearing this khaki garments, they are wearing this khaki gear. That's just what's going on. So if ever Udaki decides ukuthi they are wearing this khaki gear, which is known as a farmer's uniform, then they will be mocked, they will be bullied. Why are Black farmers being bullied when they are wearing this khaki gear? 3 things that I've observed on the socials that people are debating about. They are saying, if Uwutaki refrain from wearing this uniform because it identifies as a Boer uniform. Number 2, if you wear this uniform, it triggers so many traumas that had transpired during the apartheid era. So when now you are bringing back all these traumas, all these painful experiences, and when you are still supporting the apartheid era if you are wearing this uniform. Number 3, since it identifies as a Boer uniform or a Boer gear, then when as Udaki, it means when you just want to be Ibunu, you want to be so white so much that you even have resorted to wearing their apparel. That's the argument. That's the observation of the argument. So if you're a person like me who doesn't have social media and you are still on the unclear with what's actually going on, I'll be generous enough to let you be in the know. As a matter of fact, because I wanted to do a scenario, we are no longer doing a scenario. Let's retrieve the files. Let's retrieve the files, because if ever big companies, not per se big companies, but an account, a social media account with big number of followers, or a big social media account decided to post Black farmers wearing their khaki uniform, their farmers uniform. Not only that, they are posting them because they want to celebrate their achievements. They want to celebrate the farmers' achievements and accomplishments. They want to let you know, okay, we have Black excellence over here. We have Black farmers that are thriving and are successful in this line of duty, which is very difficult to do, which is very difficult to be successful in. Now, once they post them, oh hell, behold, thunder, fire is gonna strike under that post, because the comment section will be wild. We'll be shooting criticism all the way. What's crazy is only a good 10% of people would actually applaud, will genuinely and sincerely applaud those Black farmers and pay homage to them, saying, thank you so much for doing what you're doing. Wow, what you're doing is so awesome. You know, they'll applaud them genuinely. But the majority The 90% which is left, they are the ones who are actually spitting fire. They'll be like, why are you wearing this thing? You are so unnecessary. Why? Do you want to be a bunu? Do you want to be a boa? You know, they call them in all these names that are so insulting, and explicit names. Okay, not explicit names, but offensive names, you know, or offensive. They will say offensive things that I will not say with my own lips. And what's actually more concerning is the fact that this thing, it's not a once-off thing. It's not an annual thing. It's not a monthly thing. It's something that is reoccurring. It's a frequent situation. It could happen now, as I'm speaking right now, if I choose to post a person, a black farmer, celebrating them of their achievements. It won't be good if they are wearing that khaki apparel. Even if people are commenting with good, you are doing well, thank you, but why? Eh? But why are you wearing this thing? Those are the most funniest ones. You see, people coming, like, saying as I say, they are coming to applaud you, but then towards the end of their statement, they drag you. Like, they be like, you're doing good, thank you, but why? It's unnecessary for you to wear this thing. Like, thank you, but why? Or how? Congratulations. God, it was unnecessary. You know, those type of comments. Those are the ones that kill me the most, bro. It's really crazy because they will choose to ignore all of these accomplishments. When I'm talking about all of these accomplishments, the fact that this person is a business person, is an entrepreneur, the person is an employer. The crisis of unemployment in this country, right? But this person or these people are employers. They choose to ignore that. My eyes. This lighting is killing me. They'll choose to ignore the fact that this person is contributing so much positivity in this country economy. They'll choose to ignore all of those things and be like, no ways, we're going to attack this person just because of a fabric. They are attacking black farmers based on a fabric. You see, they're actually criticizing the people with title deeds. I get it, we are crying, which we want the land back. But now, what's going on over there is they are attacking the people who are actually getting the land back. Welcome to South Africa. The first thing we're going to discuss is the overall design of this khaki regalia. We're going to go for the colors. It's just they choose earthly tones. Your grays, your khaki tones, your brown shades, your olive shades. Those are the colors that's chosen. And then if we go for the overall structure, you'll find, the buttoned shirts, t-shirts, the jackets, you'll find long pantsy, you'll find skirtsy. It'll be the shorts for me though. Like the shorts be bum shorting, without actually showing the butt cheeks. Do you feel what I'm saying? Like it allows flexibility and you to be comfortable. Flexibility and comfortability without showing anything critical. And you can move however. You can move however with you still being safe, You're still being safe. So, those khaki shorts are very dangerous but smart. They were smart. That was a smart design. And funny thing is, it's always the males that wear those khaki shorts. Not always, but majority of the times, it will be the males. It'll be the males. The confidence you have to have when you are wearing those shorts is immaculate. So kudos to the design. Kudos to them. The second fact now is, who does this khaki garment or gear identifies with? We're going to have to be honest. We all know the answer. It's the Boer nationals of this country. You know it. I know it. We know it from them. It evolved from them. So angeke lokhu ngithi left, right, center, Middle East. No. Boer nationals, definitely. Let me whisper something really quickly, guys. In a South African context, this apparel, it's called KHAKI, khaki gear, by the Boers. However, an international term used for this apparel, it's called a safari workwear, because it's an international clothing gear, actually. It's called a safari workwear. It has derived from the Dutch people who colonized this country during the 1600s, but we are not there. We will remain in this South African context for now. Third fact, who was this gear created for? So this khaki apparel, it was designed for an industry called the nature conservation, right? Why? Because nature conservation is an industry that deals with adventurous activities, outdoor adventurous activities, and labor intense outdoor activities. So under that nature conservation umbrella, we have professions such as Boy Scouts. Boy Scouts, those people that march, those kids that march wearing that khaki apparel. Yes, they were taught skills such as survival skills, outdoor survival skills, camping, making fires, hiking, all of those things. So it was suitable for their profession, in their line of work. And it's actually a profession in Boy Scouting. It's still in South Africa. It's a thing. If you remember Boy Scouting, I need you to retrace and remember Boy Scouting. It's actually a thing. Like, it's a thing. You get paid, right? And then there's a profession under nature conservation called game ranging. Game rangers are people who work in game reserves, people who deal with wildlife animals. They still wear that khaki apparel, and also farmers in general. So that khaki apparel, it's not to say it's a farmer's uniform per se. However, initially it was a design that was created suitable for nature conservationists. All those adventurous activities, outdoor wildlife, whatever. So what do we get from all of this? This khaki apparel is actually a working gear. It's a workwear for many professions that fall under the nature conservation industry. And we have plenty of professions in this country that fall under the nature conservation industry. As per institution policy, a lot of these professions will tell you with this is the uniform as per institution policy, and you have to adhere to the institution policy. If you work under those industry, you have to adhere and wear that khaki gear as a uniform, whether you like it or not. When you go to work, you have to wear it as a uniform. So to other companies that fall under the agricultural sector, that khaki garment is actually a uniform. In conclusion, this khaki apparel is actually causing a lot of division over there on the socials, and a lot of South African at large are rejecting this khaki apparel because they see it as an unfit workwear for black farmers, because it screams Boer culture and racial character given the country's long line history with apartheid. And in fact, guys, with a lot of successful black farmers now emerging on social media, people are now expressing their frustrations, pleading to designers to come up with a uniform design suitable for black farmers, which will support their identity. Of which it's how they feel. Yeah, well, it's how they feel, and it can be justified because of our South African history. Yeah, but even though the manner of how things are done, the approach is really off. It's unnecessary, but it can be justified on why people are disapproving of this khaki apparel. Now, my thing is, if we are going to bully this one profession, if we are going to bully black farmers for wearing this farmer's apparel, for wearing this Boer apparel, we're going to have to apply the same energy and criticism by fetching and bullying the rest of the professions in this democratic country of ours for still wearing their colonizers' uniform in their line of work, in their line of duties, and calling them uniform. Matter of fact, call the state, ring them up, tell them to go back to the drawing board and review and drop all these uniform policies for all the other professions, because we cannot be having only black farmers catching all the bullets whilst the rest of the professions are still wearing their colonizers' uniform, even though we are now a democratic country. If you are saying black farmers must drop this farmer's uniform, then all of the professions in this country must do the same thing. We must all be fair. The uniform that the police workers were wearing in the 1900s, it's still the same that is being worn today. The nurses' uniform in the 1900s is still the same uniform that is being worn today. But no one is saying anything about that, and that alone is unfair. All of these uniforms have not been reviewed, have not been changed. It's still the same everything, same style, same color, same length, same design, same epaulets, same meaning. If you retrieve those files, those two professions that I've just mentioned, they did play a huge role in black oppression and black cruelty in South African history during the apartheid era. But they are being exempted. How is that even fair? How is it even fair? At this moment, in this lifetime, we are fighting amongst each other, targeting one profession. At this moment, I feel personal. It's a personal thing, because I see it as a senseless situation at this moment. I see it as a senseless attack towards a black person wearing a khaki apparel. I see it as something unnecessary that is going on. It's personal, it is senseless, it is selective criticism, and it is wrong, it is disrespectful. More than anything, should we not be using this energy? We're supposed to be using this energy because we're supposed to be using this energy to fight in a positive manner. Fight for something that will gain in return when it comes to this farming industry. We're supposed to be fighting for stuff as access to markets, localizing markets. We're supposed to be fighting for investments in innovation and growth when it comes to farming. We're supposed to be fighting for equipment and redistribution of equipment and resources, education and training, skill transfer, mentorship, farm visits, articulation of business plans, farming technology. Like I've just mentioned 10 things that will make our livelihoods and well-beings as individuals of this country a whole lot better if we can channel our energy in fighting for those things, fighting for those meaningful things. I would see guys. Thank you for not letting aggressive people dictate who you are and what you stand for in this society, in this country. Thank you for doing good. Thank you for inspiring us. Thank you for trying to alleviate poverty. Thank you for your contributions. Thank you for knowing Uti, you are a farmer first in this line of work. Thank you for knowing Uti, you are a farmer first. Your identity is a farmer, is a black farmer, regardless of what you wear. Because everyone else really is wearing their oppressors' uniforms. So why should it be a matter of concern which black farmers are wearing their colonizers' uniform? Thank you. More than anything, guys, that's my opinion as a South African nobody. I'll be dropping more of these controversial topics and discussions, highlighting just a few things that we need to take into consideration. And we need to build one another. We need to build one another. Like, I understand what I'm speaking right now. It seems as I'm being insensitive. I'm not being insensitive towards our black history, towards our black history in this country. I am not. All I'm saying is, I'm not saying we should move on from the past, because it was painful. But all I'm saying is, we need to improve. We do have our identity as black farmers. We do have it. But it cannot be forcefully and aggressively be forced upon us as if we do not know who we are. Ooh, I just put myself in the mix there. As if they don't know who they are. Santana kakhulu.